What's up, guys? Welcome back. Let's take a look here at DJT stock, Trump Media and Technology Company. As we know, this company has been riding up and down with the polls prior to the election. In August and September, having a heavy downtrend as Kamala's campaign was strong in the beginning, but right around the end of September, it looks like people started to pick up on the polls that Donald Trump was looking good prior to the election, and we had a massive move here from 11 up to 55. Hindsight is 2020. This definitely would have been the best opportunity down here, anticipating a move into the election, even though it was pretty much kind of a 50-50 guess back here in September, 2 months prior to, or a month and a half, 2 months prior to the election. It still would have been a good call because you could have anticipated the hype coming into the election, and you didn't even need to hold this stock through the election. So even if the election results had Donald Trump losing, we still would have got a decent move here coming in to the hype of the election. And similarly, after we got this massive kind of profit-taking area about a week before the election, we had a nice dip on Friday and Monday, this past Friday and Monday, and again gave another good opportunity here off the dip, off this previous support level. And again, you didn't need to hold this into the election. You could have sold this, you could have bought a 30.29 and sold this, right prior to the election as the hype was starting to build the night or the day before the election, or even on election day, and you could have definitely had a nice win on this one as well. Or if you really, the real trade, the real gamble as far as betting on the election happened yesterday and last night, where if you would have gotten in yesterday at any point, you would have been in the green early in the morning, could have taken profits. So some decent opportunity for the past month or so in DJT. Now, where does it go from here? The question is, where does DJT go from here? Do we squeeze out again now that the Trump has won? A lot of people were expecting this the morning of DJT would be at like $100, $80 a share, $90 a share, but right now we're at about $30, $37 a share. So a lot of the pumpers are definitely a little disappointed today. They thought this thing would be up at the moon, but when you get so much hype, so many pumpers on one stock, like we see here, it's likely that it's more likely that it's not going to happen than it is going to happen. So even though Donald Trump wins, I'm not surprised that we are now giving back a lot here on the day. We're still up about 8% today, but at the high we were up, looks like 50%, 60%. So we did get a pop, but we're closing the gap here now to about almost break even on the day, still slightly in the green. But from here, our market makers, are the whales going to allow any short sellers in this stock to allow them to be in the green all the way back down to where it came from? Probably where the stock is actually supposed to be priced at, maybe around $10, $15, because this stock is not profitable. It is bleeding cash. The earnings is coming up here on Friday, so does that earnings release push the stock lower, or do we see one more pop? Do we see a pop? Do we see market makers or whales manipulating the stock and pushing it up past 55 and 60, squeezing out any short sellers before starting the backside move to where the stock should be priced at? So those are kind of the two things that I am looking at. Are they going to run it down now, or are they going to do one last pop here through 55 and through a critical level here on the daily chart? Very strong resistance right around 55, 56. So if we do see a pop through that level, I am considering taking a short right around 60, 65, and with a tight stop maybe around 70 for the earnings release. If the earnings has not come out yet, for the earnings release, which is likely going to be negative, likely going to be bad, pushing the stock lower. But this is going to go down eventually. This stock is definitely going to go back to where it came from eventually. It just depends when. It just depends when. Timing it is difficult. It's not always just black and white. And it's a tough call right here, right now, because we are kind of forming a bottom here. We're forming a bottom, and it's possible still that we could still see a curl for a potential squeeze. But yeah, I would say on a bullish to bearish scale, I'm about 80% bearish right now and 20% bullish. Long term, 99% bearish. Short term, 80-20. So that's kind of my analysis here on DJT. If you guys are still in, let me know if you guys are still in this stock. If you guys are trading this stock or actively trading, or do you have a position open, drop a comment. I'd love to see how you're trading this, or if you're in the green or in the red. Are you going short? Are you long? What are you anticipating here for DJT for after the election results? So thanks for watching. Make sure you drop that like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.